What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you've gone and watched my trade execution video which I posted earlier today. Quite an advanced trade, so to speak, in terms of what I had to do, but yeah, hope everyone's doing well, and let's get straight into things. So tomorrow we have non-farm payroll, which is going to be on the Friday. We are on the daily right now, and I do currently have my IP to data range delineated. This video, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I do have a video tomorrow at 3 p.m. London dropping. So make sure to have your post notifications on for that when I'll be explaining the IP to data range. But I want to keep everything left on there pretty much just because I want to watch price deliver with this up. So anyway, these are the things I'm paying attention to moving into tomorrow. I've marked out the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. So from this low to this high, this is assuming we don't make another higher high before the end of Thursday. And then I also have this daily implied inversion fair value gap right here, which should provide resistance. Now you'll see today we traded lower, just as anticipated. We did actually, just like I was saying as well, and I quote, fall out of bed. And what I mean by that, and I'll show you on the low time frame, is when as soon as price opened, we were trading lower. So we'll see that on the low time frames. But with non-farm payroll tomorrow, just take into consideration the lack of probabilities that are going to occur in this video, purely because yeah, it's non-farm payroll. But overall, I'd like to see lower dollar. I'd like to see some more expansion tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see if we can tap into this daily fair value gap and find resistance at it. This may give us a setup for potential shorts, maybe in the London session. But overall, I want to be seeing low prices and a run for Thursday's low tomorrow. So that's what I have my eyes set on in general in terms of direction. Let's now drop to the 4 hour, and you'll see here is Thursday's price action right here, and you can see we traded lower straight away, running down and taking out sell stops below here, and since then we've just had a nice reaction off of it. So here's that daily inversion fair value gap again. As I was saying, price can trade into it, and I'm happy for it to. If it does, once it's in here, I would be looking for shorts on dollar with the expectation for the pairs to be trading higher. Here's that consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap. This is the very highest I want to see price trade. So let's say price trades through that to the upside. I'll probably just leave the charts alone and just let it do its thing. But this is the very highest I'd want to see it trade. Preferably it doesn't even reach that. Preferably it will respect the 50% level, this dashed level of this daily fair value gap. We'll go to the 1 hour now, and I'll show you what I mean by fall straight out of bed. So you can see we opened, traded higher at 2 a.m, giving us a slight opportunity to go short, and then price broke lower and started running right from London. Pullback during New York, classic price action, and then we traded lower again, running for these lows like I was talking about. So very nice day, and then you can see we reversed at the end of the day, and I've been trading higher since, and now we're just entering a slight consolidation. So moving into tomorrow, what do I want to see? Well, like I said, I'd like to see us tap this daily fair value gap, and I will use the path tool. I like to think that we can tap into this and then start to head for that south side liquidity with non-farm payroll. But yeah, we also have this massive 4 hour fair value gap down here as well. I do want to see that get traded to. When we were trading to it earlier today at around 8:30, I was waiting to see, okay, are we going to make it down there? We didn't quite make it just yet, so I am expecting that to get ran. And yeah, it's just been a good day in general, to be honest. Nothing too complicated, but I do think non-farm payroll is really going to add some more volatility to price. Now, don't worry about these dashed lines. If you watch my IP to data range video that drops, remember, tomorrow, you'll know what these are about, and we can be using them in the future. But other than that, I just want to be seeing lower prices. So now I'm going to head on to GBP USD, and you'll see here on the daily. Let me just get these dividers sorted. We don't want to see them on the daily. And you can see how we've just pretty much traded higher, ran out these stops, came back down, and I'm watching this level as a breaker now. The reason I'm watching this as a breaker, this consolidation, and I did bring our attention to this consolidation, guys, if you remember right here. The reason I'm watching this is because we've got a low, a high, a lower low, and prices delivered to the upside. So I'm just watching the last up close candle before the down move, which lines up nicely with that implied consolidation I'm talking about. And I'd like to think that we can continue to stay within this range for us to then seek higher prices tomorrow. So as you saw today, price did trade into our target of this fair value gap to the top of it nicely, but I do believe price should continue to push higher moving into the new day, especially with non-farm payroll. and start trading into this range right here. So that will be interesting to see. I am going to mark out the midpoint of this just because we can refer to it. And yeah, let's drop down to the 4 hour. And you'll see I've got daily dividers. Here's today's price action. You see we traded higher, ran those stops just as anticipated, and came lower since. And now we're just back at this consolidation point. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to see this provide support. We can dip deeper in, and I'm happy for price to do so. Specifically, the lowest I'd want to see it trade is the midpoint. Let me just get this marked out. The midpoint of this 4 hour fair value gap. This is the very lowest I'd want to see price trade tomorrow. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this level. So long as this gets respected and we stay above it, I'm happy to think about entering longs with the expectation again to trade to that, trade into this massive liquidity void right here and up to this midpoint right here. But like I said, you'll understand what this is in tomorrow's video. But overall, hopefully we stay consolidated. Again, I'm looking as soon as we drop below that midnight open candle, so maybe during London, to create a Judas swing, whatever, it should be optimal for potential buy trade entries. But like I said, with non-farm payroll, what they tend to do is they will do a lot of manipulation running up to non-farm payroll. So we might not see an entry form until around 7 a.m. So that is something to be considerate of. Probably not the best to rush in at London expecting a setup, but yeah, that's just from my experience, and we can just wait and see. So that's everything on pound. Pretty easy going, really. We do have a nice, technically this is a breaker right here. It's the last up close candle on hourly time frame before this down move, which then caused all of this. And what you'll find is that if we actually drag that midpoint out, it just happens to line up with that. So this may be a significant level. Definitely pay attention to that. And it'd be nice if we do get a nice reversal there. If we do trade to it and we get a reversal, I'm likely just going to enter because I'll be like, wow, we've got this confluence, the midpoint confluence, expectation of higher prices, and hopefully at that point dollar will be showing the necessity to trade lower. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for my data range video out tomorrow though, because it will help frame things a lot more clearer. So finally, let's just finish on euro. This is a quick video today, guys, not really much to say. Here's today's price action. We traded higher, running out these stops in towards this bearish order block, which is completely fine. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to delineate the midpoint of this fair value gap, and this will be the lowest I would want to see price trade. When I say the lowest, I'm not saying that price has to reach it, but I'm saying that that's my threshold. Like if price goes below that and starts trading, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to look at it. Simple as that. We do have a nice breaker here. We've got a low, a high. Let me see if I can make this more clear. So this is a breaker because it's the last up close candle before the order block that caused this move. So you'll see this also happens to line up with the high of that. You can't make this stuff up, guys. So if the price has come down and touched that, we can potentially anticipate some kind of reversal. But let's go to the 4 hour, get a close look at price. You'll see we traded higher, ran out these stops. Beautiful. Nice little shift in market structure right here. Again, breaker low, high, lower low, and then price has broke to the upside. So, and that high lines up nicely with that. So let's make this orange. And we'll have to see how price acts once we get down here. Probably going to put on a little alert so that we know when price gets down there, we can think about potential buys. Because like I said, we don't know how long we're going to consolidate. And like I said, and London can consolidate, especially with things like non-farm payroll. So that's something to consider. But yeah, it's at 8:30. So 8 o'clock, if we're still down here, we're going to be in a deep, if at 8 a.m. we are still like below the midnight open, we are in a deep discount and we can consider buying. But like I said, it could very well just come down here during London like it normally does, offer us a setup, and then just push higher throughout the day, consolidate, and then non-farm payroll will hit and we can start targeting our higher time frame targets. So should be an interesting day tomorrow, guys. There's the 1 hour. Again, beautiful breaker. This is gorgeous market structure right here. So as soon as price comes and taps into that, I'm going to be looking for potential longs. But yeah, that's everything, guys. I hope you found this insightful. Smash that subscribe button, guys. We're absolutely killing it right now. Join the Discord. I will be doing live back testing on Sunday. Live back testing Sunday in the Discord. We'll be looking at this week's price action, looking at all the potential setups. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Catch you in the next one. Peace.